Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. When most of us think of a penny, we imagine a small, copper-plated coin worth just 1 cent. But what if I told you that a 1977 1-cent coin could be worth as much as $49 million? Yes, you heard that right. 49 million! Stick around, because today, we're diving into the history and value of the 1977 penny that could be worth a fortune. Today, we're talking about a coin you may have in your pocket right now, the humble 1977 1-cent piece. It may seem ordinary, but there's a fascinating story behind how this particular penny might be worth a staggering $49 million. To understand why this 1977 penny is so valuable, we need to take a step back in time. The penny, or 1-cent coin, has been part of the American currency system since 1793. Originally made of pure copper, it has undergone numerous changes over the years, both in design and composition. By the 1970s, the U.S. Mint had switched the composition of the penny to a copper-plated zinc core. The 1977 penny, much like the ones produced in the years around it, was a relatively standard piece of currency. But what makes this particular year so interesting? Let's dig deeper. The key to the 1977 penny's million-dollar value lies in something very rare: an error. Most of the time, the U.S. Mint produces coins in perfect condition, but sometimes, due to flaws in the minting process, a small number of coins are produced that are radically different from the rest. Throughout history, error coins have fetched huge amounts of money. We've seen rare coins, like the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, sell for millions due to their error in design or minting. Now, here's where things get interesting. There are rumors of a very special 1977 penny, one that has an error, specifically, a double die. This means that the coin was struck twice, causing certain parts of the design to appear much thicker and doubled. This type of error is incredibly rare, and when it happens on a coin that's already been in circulation for decades, it can drive collectors wild. Normally, a 1977 penny like this one is worth just 1 cent. But if you have one with a noticeable double die error, it could be worth a fortune. We're talking about up to $49 million for the most extreme cases. So, how did this error coin come to be worth so much? It all comes down to rarity, demand, and the unique nature of error coins. The 1977 double die penny is so rare that only a handful are believed to exist. In fact, there are only a few verified examples of this specific error. Each one is a unique piece of history. Error coins are highly sought after in the world of numismatics. Collectors love them because they offer a glimpse into a mistake that was made during production, and these coins can often be worth more than standard coins due to their rarity and uniqueness. With the 1977 double die penny, the sheer value comes from the fact that it's one of the rarest errors in recent minting history. So, how can you tell if you have one of these potentially priceless 1977 pennies? Let me show you what to look for. First, you'll want to check for any signs of doubling on the date and the inscriptions on the coin. Look at the Liberty and In God We Trust inscriptions, as well as the date 1977. If the text appears blurry, thicker, or doubled, then you may have found one of these error coins. Now, not every coin that appears slightly blurry or worn is a double die. It's important to have your coin professionally inspected by a numismatist or an expert if you think it could be valuable. Now, the million-dollar question: why is this 1977 penny worth $49 million? It's not just because it's rare. It's because collectors are willing to pay big money for a piece of history. The auction market for rare coins can be incredibly competitive, with wealthy buyers willing to bid outrageous sums for a once-in-a-lifetime find. Think about it: if only a few examples of this coin exist, and they've been kept in pristine condition over the years, the demand from collectors becomes astronomical. A single sale of one of these double-die 1977 pennies could easily push its price up to nearly $49 million, depending on its condition and provenance. So, what should you do if you find one of these rare 1977 double-die pennies in your pocket change or in an old jar of coins you have lying around? First, don't go spending it just yet. Take it to a professional for a proper evaluation. There are a number of experts and coin dealers who specialize in rare coins, and they'll be able to assess whether you've found a truly valuable piece. And remember, if you do have a valuable coin, make sure to keep it safe. A proper storage solution can prevent damage and help maintain its value. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone who stumbled upon this video out of curiosity, the story of the 1977 1-cent coin is a fascinating one. Who knows? Maybe you have one of these rare error coins hiding in your collection, just waiting to make you a fortune. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on future content about rare coins and other cool history. Until next time, keep those pennies safe. Next. Hey everyone! If you're into coins, collectibles, or just love a good story about hidden treasures, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing and valuable pennies in US history, the 1991 1-cent coin. Yes, you heard that right, the humble penny. But not just any penny, this one could be worth a whopping $19 million. So, stick around as we unravel the mystery behind the value, history, and why this coin is so incredibly valuable. Now, when we think about pennies, most of us think of a coin worth, well, a cent. That's the whole point of a penny, right? But believe it or not, a specific 1991 penny has set the coin collecting world on fire, with some estimating its value to be a staggering $19 million. But how does this small coin, worth only 1 cent at face value, get to that kind of figure? Let's break it down. Here we have the 1991 penny. It looks just like any other penny you'd find in your pocket. The iconic Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But this particular coin is far from ordinary. In fact, this coin could be worth millions, and here's why. Now you might be wondering, how can a penny, made of copper and zinc, be worth so much? Well, it all comes down to rarity, condition, and a series of events that caused this coin to become one of the most valuable in history. Let's rewind a bit and look at the history of the US Mint and how coins are made. Every year, billions of pennies are struck by the US Mint in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most coins are produced without any errors. But sometimes, due to a mistake or anomaly in the minting process, something unusual happens, and that's when we get coins that become highly sought after by collectors. So, what makes this 1991 penny so special? Well, here's where the mystery deepens. There were rumors, and later confirmation, that a small number of 1991 pennies were mistakenly struck with the wrong metal composition. Most modern pennies are made of copper-plated zinc, but in the early 1990s, the US Mint was still transitioning from using 95% copper and 5% zinc to the new zinc-copper mix. What happened was that a few pennies were mistakenly struck with the older copper composition, something that was supposed to be phased out. These copper pennies are rare, and their scarcity is what causes them to be so valuable. To make things even more intriguing, the mistake was discovered after the fact. So, by the time collectors got wind of these rare copper pennies, they were already incredibly hard to find. The vast majority of 1991 pennies are made from the new zinc-copper alloy, so these copper pennies stand out like a diamond in the rough. But, as with anything valuable, the condition of the coin is absolutely key. If these pennies were sitting in a pocket, lost in the dirt or damaged, they wouldn't be worth much at all. In fact, most of the pennies we find today are in terrible condition. But when a coin is properly preserved, especially in mint state, its value skyrockets. So, if you happen to find a 1991 penny that's in near-perfect condition, it could potentially be worth thousands of dollars. And if the coin is graded as mint state, meaning it shows almost no signs of wear or damage, it can go for even more. Now, let's talk about the big one. The one that's worth $19 million. Rumor has it that a specific 1991 penny, in pristine condition, was sold at auction for an eye-popping $19 million. This particular penny is considered one of the rarest coins in the world due to its error in metal composition, its exceptional condition, and its incredible rarity. The $19 million price tag isn't something you'll see every day, but it goes to show just how valuable the right coin at the right time can be. Now, this brings us to the big question: how do you know if you've got one of these rare coins? First off, not every 1991 penny is worth millions. In fact, most of them are just regular copper-plated zinc pennies, with no added value. But if you're lucky enough to come across a 1991 penny made of pure copper and it's in great condition, then you could be sitting on a gold mine. To identify a valuable 1991 penny, you should start by carefully inspecting the coin. The first thing to look for is the weight. A regular penny weighs 2.5 grams, but the older copper pennies weigh about 3.1 grams. You can also check the color. Copper coins tend to have a slightly reddish hue compared to the more dull appearance of zinc pennies. If you have a scale, weigh your coin and see if it matches the 3.1 grams of pure copper. If it does, you could have a treasure on your hands. Next, you should consider getting your coin professionally graded. There are several coin grading services that can evaluate the condition of your coin and assign it a grade. Coins in mint condition will be labeled as MS65 or higher, while coins with signs of wear will receive a lower grade. Grading is important because it directly affects a coin's value. A poorly graded penny will not fetch the same price as a mint condition specimen. So, always take care of your coins, store them properly, and have them graded by a professional if you suspect you might have something special. Before we wrap up, let's talk about the future. As time goes on, the value of rare coins like this 1991 penny will likely continue to increase. As fewer of these coins remain in circulation, their value will only rise. So, if you find a rare 1991 copper penny, hold on to it. You could be holding a future heirloom worth millions. That's all for today's deep dive into the 1991 1-cent coin. Do you think you have one of these rare pennies in your collection? Or maybe you're just a fan of coin collecting? Drop a comment below and let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more exciting coin stories and tips. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes a small penny can hold big value. Last, hold on to your pennies. Today, we're diving into a fascinating story that could change how you look at pocket change forever. You might think a 1-cent coin is worth just, well, 1 cent. But what if I told you there's one out there from 1989, marked with a D mint mark, that's worth a staggering $23 million? Yes, you heard that right. Stay tuned to discover the incredible value and history behind the 1989 D 1-cent coin. At first glance, the 1989 D 1-cent coin may look like any other. It's a standard copper-plated zinc penny produced by the U.S. Mint with a profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. Nothing too special, right? It's got the familiar inscriptions of "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1989. The reverse features the classic E Pluribus Unum motto with a simple wheat stalk design. So, why is this coin worth so much? How can a coin from 1989, with a D mint mark, possibly be valued at millions of dollars? Well, the answer lies in a rare, unlikely occurrence, a minting error. To understand the value of this 1989 D penny, we first need to explore how coins are made. The US Mint strikes billions of coins every year, but like any mass production process, mistakes can happen. And one of the rarest and most valuable mistakes involves a coin that, instead of being struck correctly, contains an error that drastically changes its value. In the case of the 1989 D penny, a very special error occurred. What makes this coin unique is that during the minting process, the penny was struck with an incorrect die. This error resulted in an extremely rare and collectible version of the coin, something that collectors would go wild for. Imagine you're looking at a regular penny, but on this error coin, you'll notice something odd. A misplaced image or a feature that doesn't line up with standard pennies of that year. This specific coin features an anomaly in the design, making it extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors and numismatists. Now, let's get to the jaw-dropping part. In 2019, a very special 1989 D penny surfaced in the numismatic world. It was graded by the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, as one of the rarest error coins ever discovered. The error was so significant and the condition of the coin so pristine that experts believe this 1989 D penny could be worth up to $23 million. How did we get to this astronomical value? The rarity of a minting error like this, paired with the high demand among collectors, created a perfect storm for massive worth. To put things into perspective, the most expensive penny ever sold was a 1943 copper penny, which went for over $1.7 million in 2018. But this 1989 D penny has the potential to far surpass that price. In fact, due to its extreme rarity and the conditions under which it was minted, this 1989 D penny has become a piece of numismatic history. It's not just a coin, it's a symbol of how a small error in the minting process can create a priceless treasure. The main reason this 1989 D penny is worth so much is its rarity and the error involved. The US Mint makes millions of coins each year, and mistakes like this are incredibly rare. When they do occur, collectors who specialize in error coins eagerly hunt them down. A single minting flaw in a mass-produced coin can create an item that becomes highly valuable. But it's not just about rarity. The 1989 D penny's value is also tied to its perfect condition. Coins like these aren't usually found in mint condition. They're often worn down, corroded, or damaged over time. But this particular 1989 D penny was found in near-perfect shape, and its flawless condition only adds to its worth. What does this mean for collectors, coin enthusiasts, or even casual observers? If you happen to have a 1989 D penny in your change jar, it might be worth a closer look. While the chances of finding a rare minting error like this are incredibly slim, it's always a good idea to check your pennies carefully. A simple examination of the coin, using magnification tools, could reveal minor details like die cracks, misalignments, or other anomalies. If you do find something out of the ordinary, it could mean big money. And who knows? Your ordinary penny could turn into a treasure worth millions. If you're a collector, you'll want to be on the lookout for coins with errors. Even without a $23 million prize at stake, rare error coins can command impressive prices. Collecting coins, especially ones with history, is an exciting hobby that has the potential to provide a substantial financial return. Investing in rare coins is not just about the value today, it's also about the potential for long-term growth. As the years go by, certain coins become increasingly rare, and the demand grows. Just remember, in coin collecting, knowledge is power, and the more you learn, the better your chances of finding the next big thing. The 1989 D penny isn't just another coin. It's a reminder that sometimes, even the smallest mistakes can lead to something incredibly valuable. Who would have thought that a humble 1-cent coin could be worth millions? So, the next time you dig through your spare change, take a second look. You might just have a priceless treasure on your hands. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on rare coins and valuable finds. Have you ever found a coin that turned out to be worth more than you thought? Drop a comment below and share your story with us.